bang quick, I'm with the same clique. We ain't gon' never ever change. Hey, this that gang shit, no line.
Man, I heard the boom. I thought it was somebody shooting somebody.
So your granddad knows the law. Like, it's a scientific proven fact. It's shit in the lab right now. Your granddad and your great-great-great-granddad, he read it on the dinosaur.
The grandparents of a local rapper shot and killed, then their home set on fire. The grim details just revealed by emotional family members at the scene.
My mom and my daddy did not deserve to die like they did. And we want justice, because ain't no peace. Ain't no peace in how they left here. Ain't no peace. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I want my mama and I want my daddy. And I know I can't have them. I know I can't have them.
You ever hear about a rap beef so cold it didn't just stay on the streets, it burned down a whole house? Yeah, I'm talking about a hit that didn't just silence a rapper's voice, but took out the people he loved most. Two elders, caught in the crossfire of a war they never signed up for. Here's the wild part. The rapper wasn't even home when it happened, locked up watching from the sidelines as his world went up in flames. Literally. And right before the fire, the rival didn't just throw shots in a song, he filmed a diss video right outside the grandparents' house. Like disrespect on a whole new level. Not long after his release, Brazy hit the ground running, linking up with Birdman, dropping tracks that climbed the charts, and reconnecting with fans. One of his most powerful songs, Letter to the God, was a raw tribute to his grandparents, filmed at the very house that had been destroyed in the attack. The song laid bare his grief and the heavy price his family paid.
I gotta ask, how that happened to my grandparent? Said I ain't happy for a reason, I don't understand it. Grandmama started cussing and all, she was so friendly. And everybody loved Grandpa, he was one of the realest.
But it gets deeper. This wasn't just about music or street drama. There's a drug empire pulling strings, secrets spilling from behind bars, and a betrayal so real it's still shaking Mobile, Alabama. So, what really went down that night? Who planned the hit? And how did a $9,000 debt turn into a deadly explosion? Today, we're diving deep into the tangled web of music, money, and murder that led to the loss of two innocent lives. As always, I'm not here to take sides, just to lay out the facts, the evidence, and the voices behind this heartbreaking story. Stick around. This story's got twists you won't see coming. And if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to join the family. This case is a heavy one, but it's a story that needs to be told.
At all, never for him again in life. See what I'm saying? Like, I ain't on that, man. Like, bro, I'm really a real nigga, bro, and ain't nothing in the world gonna make me be fake, bro. I never switch up, like, on that same nigga. Like, real talk, I ain't switching up on no nigga. If I stop with a nigga, man, get what? Niggas just ain't right. Niggas ain't right. I done killed nigga brothers, man. I didn't like, look, man, I killed nigga brothers in real life, like, locked up for murder, killed nigga brother, and steal for his brother's brothers. You see what I'm saying? Like, this real life, this is my... I steal with the nigga brothers I killed. Like, we still hang around each other. And you think, and they other brother don't even like me, he want to do something to me. But you think I be around the nigga brothers who I killed, like, they got the same dad as everybody sits something on and I run with them. You think they'll be around me if I'm fake? Like, now you killed our brother, we still... Nigga, I'm really a real nigga, bro. I'm really like that. I'm telling you, I'm really silent. Like, I'm really silent in real life, bro.
Let's talk about Terrance Watkins, better known as YSD Cap, a rapper from Mobile who once shared the same streets and circles as honeykomb Brazy. Back in 2019, YSD Cap dropped a diss track called Not Brazy. But this wasn't just any diss. He filmed the video right outside Tony and Layla Lewis's house, the very place Brazy called family. In the video, you can see Tony going inside the house, even peeking through the curtains as the camera rolled. It was a brazen move, a direct disrespect, not just to Brazy, but to his grandparents, innocent elders who had nothing to do with the beef. Neighbors remember Layla being shaken, telling them about the noise and the disrespect. Police were called for a noise complaint, but nothing stopped the video from spreading. It racked up over 60,000 views, putting a target squarely on that house. This wasn't just a diss track, it was a declaration. And years later, it would become a haunting prelude to the violence that followed. Not too publicly known, but one of the men in that circle, Johnny B., would later be paralyzed in retaliation after the grandparents' murder, a grim reminder of how deep this feud ran.
Big news tonight is that for the first time since Tony and Layla Lewis were murdered inside of their home months ago, detectives telling me they're taking a long, hard look at a guy named Darren Southall. He's here tonight on federal drug charges, but as the Mobile Chief of Staff James Barber tells me, his long rap sheet could be getting even longer.
Lord, I hope ain't nobody up in the house.
A February night of horror caught on camera. Innocent grandparents Tony and Layla Lewis found dead inside their burned-out Happy Hills home. Mobile investigators say Tony was shot to death before his house was set on fire. Their murder said to be retaliation for some beef their grandson and local rapper Honeykomb Brazy had with a rival group.
Honeykomb Brazy, born Nashawn Jones, grew up under the watchful eyes of Tony and Layla Lewis. While his mother worked multiple jobs, his grandparents raised him with love, discipline, and a sense of community. Tony was a quiet pillar, mentoring kids and keeping the neighborhood grounded. Layla's kitchen was always open, her cooking a comfort to many. But their health was fragile. Oxygen tanks were scattered throughout their modest brick home on Dr. Thomas Avenue, a constant reminder of their vulnerability. Despite his rising fame, signing with Birdman and climbing the charts, his family was no stranger to danger. His mother's house had been shot up multiple times, forcing her to relocate for safety. And after the diss video and escalating threats, the family lived under a cloud of fear. Brazy himself was navigating probation, locked down with an ankle monitor, unable to protect the people he loved most. The weight of his success came with a price his grandparents would tragically pay.
In this surveillance footage NBC 15 News obtained, you hear 5 shots fired on Clark Street at 2 in the morning.
They came back.
They keep shooting up your home.
And I don't even live here because I had to leave because of that, but them fresh bullets.
Tanisha Jones believes her home was the target. She wasn't home when the shots were fired, but had been at the home yesterday and believes people saw her there.
They shot it up again. I can tell. I came here yesterday.
And those weren't there yesterday?
Not this glass, none of that.
A family 3 doors down woke when 2 bullets came into their home overnight. They declined to talk on camera. Jones says this isn't the first time her home's been shot. And how many times do you think your home has been shot at?
For sure, I know it's 3, but now I know it's 4 times.
Why do they keep targeting you?
I don't. Because they want my son, Nashawn Jones, dead.
Her son, Nashawn Jones, a local rapper, is also known as Honeykomb Brazy.
Behind the rap beef was a far bigger, darker story. Darren D.D. Southall, the uncle of YSD Cap, was no ordinary figure. He ran a $24 million drug empire that stretched from Texas all the way to Mississippi. Southall's operation wasn't just about drugs, it was a tightly controlled network of trap houses, couriers, and enforcers, all operating under his iron fist. Federal wiretaps had been monitoring Southall's empire for months, capturing conversations that revealed the ruthless control he exerted over his crew. His nephew, Terrance Watkins, YSD Cap, was more than a rapper with a grudge. He was a soldier in Southall's army, backed by a network ready to enforce loyalty with deadly consequences. Among Southall's trusted enforcers were Jamarcus Chambers, known as Project Baby Juice Head, and Patrick Lewis, a young shooter caught up in the web. These men weren't just caught in a rap feud, they were pieces in a larger game where debts were paid in blood and silence was bought with fear. Southall's empire was already crumbling under federal pressure, but his grip on the streets remained ironclad. His cooperation deal, filed in August 2021, revealed how he implicated everyone in his operation, including family members and close associates. The drug case became the backdrop for a deadly conspiracy that would claim innocent lives and expose the violent underbelly of Mobile's rap scene. Jamarcus Chambers, aka Project Baby Juice Head, was a key figure in Southall's operation, but his loyalty came with a price. According to court documents, Chambers stole $9,000 from Southall's drug money, a debt that would seal his fate.
Walking by 4 p.m., man, 4 p.m. to land. Just like I told y'all nigga last night, when y'all see me in the club, the same club y'all was at, talking about y'all made them turn baited out. Y'all did not do that when I was in there. Because when y'all see me, we really having that shit. Really 4 p.m. shit. Y'all stop playing y'all ain't like.
Federal wiretaps captured Southall's furious calls, plotting retaliation against Chambers. One recorded conversation detailed Southall's warning: "If you don't pay up, you're next." The tension escalated when police confronted Chambers at a Mobile shopping mall, warning him his life was in danger and offering protection. Chambers initially refused, choosing to face the storm alone. Later, wiretapped calls revealed him confessing the encounter to Southall, who at first suspected betrayal, but soon realized the stakes were higher than personal grudges. The official plea agreement filed in federal court states on page 5, the defendant provided significant information on the lead conspirator implicated in the investigation, which resulted in the defendant's arrest. Chambers' cooperation became the linchpin in unraveling the murder plot. Despite violating his plea by smuggling contraband in jail, prosecutors weighed the value of his testimony and kept the deal intact. His desperate Instagram DM to honeykomb brazy would reveal a man caught between loyalty and survival. This $9,000 debt wasn't just money lost, it was the chain that bound Chambers to the deadly attack on Brazy's grandparents, turning him from a reluctant participant into a key witness. The spark that ignited the deadly plan came from a seemingly small but powerful source, a Facebook post by OMB Peasy, honeykomb brazy's label mate and close ally. Peasy shared a screenshot mocking someone in YSD Cap's circle, a jab dripping with disdain that cut through the fragile truce like a switchblade. Watkins, already simmering with rage from years of slights and unable to reach Brazy, who was locked up, or Peasy, who was touring, took the insult personally. Federal wiretaps captured a late-night call between Watkins and Southall, where Southall urged his nephew to handle it right, a coded order to strike where it would hurt the most. The plan quickly escalated. Watkins recruited Jamarcus Chambers and Patrick Lewis, two trusted enforcers in Southall's wetwork, to carry out the hit. Court affidavits reveal burner phones were purchased and an untraceable sedan was secured for the operation. The conspirators studied the Lewis home, noting the oxygen tanks and the predictable routines of Tony and Layla. One wiretap recorded Southall telling Chambers, "Make it hurt, but clean." Chambers, haunted by his $9,000 debt and the looming threat, pushed back once, questioning why the elders were targeted, but was silenced by the promise of protection and debt forgiveness. By February 17, 2021, the pieces were in place. What started as online taunts and diss tracks spiraled into a calculated deadly attack, a hit designed to send a message that no insult would go unanswered.
The phone recordings are reportedly between Terrance Watkins and Darren Southall, as well as Southall and Jamarcus Chambers. All three are suspects in the case. The fourth suspect, Patrick Lewis, is referenced many times. That's per Mobile police. The state says Watkins, Lewis, and Chambers were the ones who went to the home on Dr. Thomas Avenue on February 17, 2021, and started shooting. They say Southall was encouraging them to take action.
His involvement is as what we call an aider and abetter, which is that he was helping plan and organize and encouraging the three individuals that were in the car.
The state says this all began from a Facebook post from an associate of the couple's grandson, whose real name is Nashawn Jones. The state argues the post angered Watkins and he felt disrespected, so they hatched the plans. And the home was a target because it would hurt Jones.
Anyone in that house would have been a target of this attack.
The Lewis family in court hearing many of the details they say they'd never heard.
It was very gruesome. No one deserved, no one, not just because it was my family, but no one deserved to be treated like that. They had no remorse for human life at all.
In the dead of night, just before 2 a.m., the beige sedan rolled quietly to a stop on Dr. Thomas Avenue. The air was thick with coastal fog, muffling the sounds of the city as Watkins and Patrick Lewis slipped out, faces covered, guns in hand. Chambers stayed behind the wheel, eyes darting nervously as the plan unfolded. 5 rapid shots shattered the silence, tearing through the walls of Tony and Layla Lewis's home. The first bullet struck Tony as he slept, piercing his side and groin, blood pooling on the faded quilts. But the real devastation came moments later. One of the 5 oxygen tanks scattered throughout the house ignited, exploding in a fiery blast that engulfed the structure. Flames roared like a beast unleashed, devouring walls and roof in seconds. Tony, wounded and bleeding, struggled to move, but was overcome by shock and smoke. Layla, trapped amid the inferno, succumbed to the toxic haze, her lungs seizing as the fire consumed her. The neighboring house caught fire too, the blast wave rattling windows blocks away. The entire attack lasted less than 2 minutes, leaving behind a crater of ash and 2 lives extinguished. The crew fled, ditching the sedan in a nearby canal before disappearing into the night. Firefighters arrived at dawn, pulling charred remains from the rubble, unaware of the full story behind the blaze. Honeykomb Brazy, locked up on probation violations, learned of the tragedy hours later. His anguished Instagram posts revealed a pain that no music could mask.
The state believes 2 people fired the shots, Lewis and Watkins, and they say Chambers was in the car. Mobile police say they have cell phone data that puts Lewis's phone in the area around the time of the shooting before it was turned off.
But I'm not sure how that actually places him at the scene. They haven't placed the cell phone that was on the tower in his possession.
The state says the shots caused a reaction starting the massive blaze that night, but no official cause of the fire has been determined.
A likely scenario is that the gunfire resulted in the explosion of an oxygen tank, which in turn would have caused the explosion of other oxygen tanks in the house, which would lead to the fire.
And the state also alleges the suspects went to several different car dealerships and bought a car in cash specifically for this crime. Lewis's case has been bound over to the grand jury. Live in the studio, Nicolette.
The investigation into the deadly blaze took a sharp turn thanks to federal wiretaps from Southall's drug empire case. Every step of the murder plot had been recorded, exposing the chilling orchestration behind the attack. Jamarcus Chambers, Project Baby Juice head, found himself cornered. Facing serious charges, he struck a deal, pleading guilty to lesser counts in exchange for cooperation. His 5K1 substantial assistance agreement revealed a bombshell. He provided critical information about the double homicide, tipping off local authorities and unraveling the conspiracy. Despite violating his plea by smuggling contraband in jail, prosecutors weighed the value of his testimony and kept the deal intact. Chambers' desperation was clear in a direct message to Honeykomb Brazy, where he confessed, "You know I would never win against you. I wasn't with it. I ain't killin', fool. Them ants tried to kill me. All typists get real deep. I just wanted the money." Brazy's response was cold but real. "Get your PA out my inbox. You used to be my dog. Granny and them used to feed both of us." The betrayal cut deep.
Childhood friends turned enemies, with Chambers now the key witness laying bare the brutal truth. His testimony, combined with wiretaps, cell phone pings, and forensic evidence, built a case that no one could ignore. This informant twist didn't just expose the murder, it cracked open Southall's entire drug empire, turning allies into enemies and secrets into confessions.
It was two loving people. Leila, she was just a beautiful sister. She looked out for the young ladies in this community, as well as Tony.
The dominoes began to fall fast. Southall, already serving a 35-year federal sentence for drug trafficking and money laundering, became the linchpin in a sprawling investigation that reached every corner of his empire. Terrance Watkins, YSD Cap, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of intentional murder and multiple counts of shooting into an occupied dwelling. Patrick Lewis, implicated not only in the grandparents' murder but also a separate watch heist killing, faced life plus 30 years behind bars. Jamarcus Chambers, despite his cooperation, was sentenced to 105 months in federal prison, his plea deal shaving years off a potentially harsher sentence. Honeykomb Brazy himself received 30 months for unrelated gun possession charges, serving time while grappling with the loss of his family. The evidence was overwhelming. Shell casings matched to weapons, cell phone locations placing suspects at the scene, and wiretap conversations capturing every chilling detail. Even Johnny B., who appeared in the diss video years earlier, was paralyzed in a retaliatory shooting but survived. As of late 2025, trials and appeals continue, with the community still healing from the wounds left behind. Brazy's mother, Tanisha Jones, lives in the shadows of witness protection, a constant reminder of the cost of this deadly feud. 2 innocent lives lost, caught in the crossfire of a feud that started with music but ended in fire and blood. Tony and Leila Lewis were more than grandparents. They were the heart of their community, pillars of love and strength who never deserved to be targets. Their deaths remind us how quickly respect can be shattered, how the lines between rivalry and revenge blur until the innocent pay the price. The violation of filming a diss video at their home, then turning that disrespect into a deadly attack, speaks to a dangerous escalation where family becomes collateral damage. Federal wiretaps and informants brought justice, exposing a drug empire's reach and the betrayal within. But no amount of evidence can erase the grief or fill the void left in Happy Hill. Honeykomb Brazy's music keeps their memory alive, a testament to love, loss, and the harsh realities behind the spotlight. This story is a warning, a reminder that when violence invades the home, no one is truly safe. What do you think about this tragic tale? Drop your thoughts below, but remember, real people lost their lives here. If this story moved you, hit like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden truths behind the headlines. Until next time, remember that when pride and revenge turn family into targets, the cost is devastating, lives lost and hearts broken. True strength lies in protecting those you love, not using them as weapons in a war that destroys everything. Stay safe, stay aware, and thank you for joining us today. See you on another story from the Hidden Crime Network. Bye for now.